Hey guys, here's another video that talks about using tone in its application in gesture drawing. So you can see me here sort of roughing in the overall shape. Generally I would flow through the entire drawing with sort of the smoke principle of how one thing fits into the other. But at this point, your gesture sort of becomes all things at one time: construction, anatomy, and technique. Right? And gesture's always first. So here you can see me sort of fleshing it out rhythmically with his arm, how I feed the arm and the hand into the top part of the hat. And a lot of my gesture drawings, be it in any medium, I'm more worried about, mass and movement, but I'm really a student of character or personality. So you'll see me, as I was working on the face, trying to figure things out and make him more a sly individual, but not dangerous. So you can see, as I start to refine things, now I'm adding tone, not traditionally, but sort of as an element to separate items. This comes from a great degree of character design. So my tone will usually be in flats, how I would do it maybe in Photoshop as I paint a viz dev piece or something like that. So here now, I'm starting to add little elements of interest. It still works with the overall flow, but you can see these things that are important, I'll start to add a lot more detail and information, like that drop shadow, or just the handle on the knife. And again, here I am trying to figure out how things work volumetrically, but also to lead your eye around. So you can see me filling in more value in this sense to punch up that area and separate it from the head or the shirt. This little piece, adding more detail. There you go. See, putting in the side plane. So this isn't necessarily direct lighting, this is indirect, where I'm making this up. The best part about drawing from your imagination is that you can do anything. So you just have to make the choice of what to do. So in this case, the light is coming from the right side as I fill in the shoe and this information. That's an important part because it's going to show weight. That's why there's a squash on the toe box. So the light is actually coming from the right side to the left. So I'm just pushing the back into darkness to give it a sense of reality. But I'm more worried about how to tonally accomplish this in a storytelling fashion. Not how light falls on a form, but to point out that maybe there's a wrinkle where the bend of the leg is. And again, here, this leg is behind, but it's to group it together and separate it from the other foot. And if you notice on this shoe too, I'm making a conscious effort not to use a hard line or show you all the information. I let it go. We'll see as we come back down. So I'm starting to pick out a little more highlights just to create more contrast. It allows you to see more clearly. Your eye will go to those edges or the points of contrast, right? Sort of roughing that in. Okay, so now I'm starting to massage things in certain areas. Okay, there might be a greater range of value difference throughout the whole body and everything, but now I will bring in more subtleties into the areas that are important. So things like the face, the softness of that fold on his left arm, which is to camera right. Storytelling elements that are important, like his hand, making sure that part of the thumb is behind the nose to give it a three-dimensional feel, while still keeping the integrity of the overall shape. So I'm going to add sort of like what is commonly referred to as the mask shape. On his face, you'll see, just to show he's a little bit more sly, a shady character psychologically, but also that you pay attention to his teeth and the white of his eye to draw you in as the ultimate contrast. White versus dark. So when you squint your eye, you can see over here, I'm just trying to make sure that the tone as well as the overall rhythm forces you to work in and around and recircle your eye, see? So those rhythms are intact. And here's the final piece where you can see it's not clean, but it's clear. All the individual shapes are clear enough to understand what's happening. And there's a personal touch, which is character, as well as sort of a watermark of my design. And there you go.